This device is a hybrid training platform. It is composed of the following components: console and dashboard, vacuum pressure gauge, fuel pressure gauge, OBD diagnostic port, car key, ignition switch, mode switch, P-gear switch, gear shift assembly. Overall architecture of the training platform. Engine assembly, frequency converter, power battery, fuel tank, brake and its protective cover, storage battery, accelerator pedal, brake pedal. Here are some transmission parts. For example, this is a half shaft, and the engine control computer here. Coolant. The fault setting box pressing up is the normal state and pressing down sets the fault. Exhaust pipe, radiator, fuse box, intake component. The overall training platform is composed of these components. Next, we will explain its working principle. Hybrid power refers to hybrid electric power, which is a combination of fuel and electric energy. The system is driven by an engine assisted by an electric motor. The motor can function as a generator or be used as a drive. The power battery provides electrical energy to the motor, and the generator can also charge the storage battery and the power battery. Before operating the equipment, we need to conduct a safety inspection of the main components. Check if all components of the control platform are securely installed, and if the shift lever and other switches are functioning properly. Check if the intake components are securely installed. Check if the wiring harness of the frequency converter and engine assembly is securely plugged in. Check if the high voltage harness of the power battery is securely plugged in. When inspecting high voltage wiring harnesses, it is necessary to wear insulating gloves and avoid touching them directly with bare hands. Similarly, we must wear insulating gloves when inspecting the high voltage wiring harness of the inverter. Check if the protective net of the radiator is damaged. Check whether the exhaust pipe and fuse are normal. Check if the coolant level is at the middle. Check whether the engine computer harness is connected properly. Check whether the brake fluid level is at the midpoint. Check whether the brake pedal can brake normally. Check if the water pipe here is functioning properly. When we use it for the first time, we need to refuel the fuel tank. Open the fuel tank cap and directly add fuel to a range of 1 to 2 liters. Be careful not to have open flames around when refueling. After filling up, tighten the fuel tank cap. Then we turn clockwise to connect the negative terminal of the battery. Press the brake pedal. Press the start switch. The dashboard lights up. After a green light is turned on, high voltage electricity can be connected. Since this is a hybrid model, we don't need to start the engine. When the power battery runs out of battery, it will automatically start the engine. After fully charging the power battery, the engine will automatically stop. We need to maintain a distance from the equipment during use to avoid sudden engine startup. Do not touch the components of the device with your body during operation. Then we continued to press the brake pedal. We can shift gears. This is the gear switch. Move it to the left to reach the N gear. Let's move down and switch to gear D. We can observe that the engine is operating normally. The drive shaft can rotate. We cannot touch the device with our hands during operation. This situation is that the power battery supplies power to the motor for driving. Then we stepped on the accelerator pedal. You can see the pointers on the dashboard rotating. When we step on the accelerator pedal, the rotational speed of the half shaft increases. Then we shift the gear to R. Its half shaft rotates in reverse, and stepping on the accelerator pedal will also accelerate. When we press the P button, it will automatically stop. We can use a multimeter for measurement. Measure its signal voltage and other parameters on the panel. We set the multimeter to the DC voltage setting. We measure the supply voltage of a control unit here. Insert the black probe into the black terminal. Insert the red probe into the red terminal. The measured voltage is about 14 volts. So the same goes for other measurements. For example, we measure the supply voltage of a certain sensor. Insert the black probe into the black terminal. Insert the red probe into the blue terminal. The measured signal voltage is approximately 2.5 volts. We can also test the signal voltage of the sensors or actuators here. We can also set up faults in the fault box here. Each fault code corresponds one-to-one with the code on the panel. We take the G0 for fault as an example to set up the fault. We press the fault switch down to set G0 for fault. Then observe its malfunction symptoms. Step on the brake pedal and start the equipment. Shift the gear to the D position again. Step on the accelerator pedal. You can see that its indicator light is not on and the engine is shaking severely. We use a multimeter to adjust to AC mode for measurement. Insert the black probe into this position. Insert the red probe into this terminal. The signal voltage measured is 0 volts, indicating an abnormality. Now we will cancel the malfunction. You can see that its indicator light is on and the engine is not shaking. Then we can use a diagnostic tool to read its fault code. We will connect the connector of this diagnostic tool to the diagnostic socket. Open the diagnostic tool. We use a diagnostic tool to check it. After we set the fault, there is usually a fault code displayed. We detected a fault code and cleared it. Then we shifted the gear to P. Release the brake pedal. Then press the ignition switch. Pack up the diagnostic tool. We checked again and disconnected the instrument to make it turn off. Then disconnect the negative terminal of the battery and the training is over.